Hello, dear student, myself Dr. Surekha Jaiswal, Moreshwar College, Bhokardan, District Jalna. Today we will see Modern and Nuclear Physics, course code number 202, paper number 8, semester 3rd. Now today's topic are nuclear reactors and nuclear fusion. Nuclear reactors. Nuclear reactor works on the principle of control chain reaction of nuclear fissionable material. There are four parts the nuclear reactor is divided, and we know atomic bomb as an example of uncontrolled chain reaction in which large amount of energy is released, but this amount of energy release is not useful for the purpose. Therefore, it is necessary to control that chain reaction. It is a device which is used to have a control chain reaction in which the nuclear fission takes place. Amount of energy is released, but that amount of energy is at our control rate so that energy is used for the different purposes. A nuclear reactor is a device or apparatus in which nuclear fission is produced under a self-sustaining controlled nuclear chain reaction. It may be looked as a sort of nuclear furnace which burns fuels like uranium-235, uranium-238 or plutonium-239 and produces in turn many useful products like neutrons, heat, radio isotopes, etc. The essential component of nuclear reactor are reactor core, reactor reflector, reactor moderator, reactor coolant, reactor control material and reactor shielding. These parts are shown in figure. Now reactor core. This is the main part of reactor which contains the fissionable material called the reactor fuel. The fuel bearing region is known as reactor core. Here the nuclear reaction takes place and a huge quantity of heat is generated. Reactor core generally have a shape approximately a right circular cylinder with a diameter of a few meters as shown in figure C. Reactor core generally have a shape approximately a right circular cylinder with a diameter of few meters. The fuel elements are made of plates of rods of uranium metal. In general, the reactor core has fuel elements, moderator, control rods and cooling material housed in a pressure vessel. Now second part, that is a reactor reflector. The region surrounding the reactor core is known as reflector. Its function is to reflect back some of the neutrons that leak out from the surface of the core, and the material of the reflector is the same as that of moderator. Now next, that is a reactor moderator. The function of reactor moderator is to slow down the fast neutrons. The moderator should have high boiling point, large scattering cross section, small absorption cross section, and low atomic number. The commonly used moderator are ordinary water, heavy water, graphite, and beryllium oxide. Heavy water is the best moderator. Now next, that is a reactor coolant. The material used to remove heat produced by fission as fast as it is liberated is known as reactor coolant. The coolant is generally pumped through the reactor in the form of liquid or gas. It is circulated through the reactor so as to maintain a uniform temperature. The coolant should have following properties. What is reactor coolant? The material used to remove the heat produced by fission as fast as it's liberated is known as reactor coolant, and reactor coolant is generally pumped through the reactor in the form of liquid or gas. It is circulated through the reactor so as to maintain a uniform temperature, and the coolant should have following properties: high boiling point, high specific heat, easy in pumping, cheap, and chemically stable. The material proposed for the coolant can be divided into four general categories. First, ordinary and heavy water. Second, organic liquids, hydrocarbons. Third, liquid metals and gases. When the energy generated in a reactor is to be converted into electric power, and it is transferred from coolant to a working liquid to produce steam or hot gas. The resulting vapor or the gas can be used to generate power by means of turbine. Reactor control. In a reactor control, it is very essential to control the fission process, otherwise the chain reaction may become explosive and consequently the reactor will be damaged. To consider the reactor control, we define K known as effective multiplication factor. This governs the condition of the reaction, that is, whether the chain reaction will continue at a steady rate, increases or decreases. The effective multiplication factor K is defined as the ratio of production of neutrons P to the combined rate absorption A and rate of leakage L of neutrons. That is, K equal to P upon A plus L. If K equal to 1, chain reaction is critical, and if K is greater than 1, chain reaction building up, that is supercritical, and when K is less than 1, chain reaction is dying down the subcritical. Again, P equal to NF, where F equal to rate at which fission process occurs, and N equal to average number of neutrons emitted for fission. Now from above equations we get K equal to N into F upon A plus L equal to N into F upon A upon 1 plus L upon A. Now ratio F upon A depends upon the amount of fissionable and non-fissionable material and on their cross-section of fission and neutron capture. The power level of a nuclear reactor can be controlled by controlling by number of neutrons in it. The control system works on the simple principle of absorbing excess neutrons and achieved by introducing neutrons absorbing material called control rods and by adjusting their positions in the core. The control rods serve to keep the value of k equal to 1 so that there is no further increase in the number of neutrons as the reactor continues in operation. Fissionable material is used of and ratio on F upon A decreases. To compensate it, that is to maintain the power level constant, the control rods are moved out from the reactor at a suitable rate. When the reactor becomes subcritical, fresh fissionable material is added. Now next, that is a reactor shielding. In a nuclear reactor, various types of rays are emitted. These rays may harm the person working near the reactor. Hence, thick walls of cement and concrete are constructed around the reactor, which are known as shield. Now, working. There always remain some neutrons in the reactor. To operate the reactor, all the controlling rods except one are taken out and the remaining controlling rod is now slowly taken out until the intensity of neutrons being increases. The reactor now works at a constant level by adjusting the single control. See, in figure, now figure shows the component of power reactor. Now see in figure, that is a shielding. This is shielding and this is control rod. There is uranium is there and the uranium is in the form of pure metal or solution of a soluble salt in water constitute the center of the heat of source. A large quantity of heat is produced in the fission process and the cadmium rods regulate temperature to a predetermined rod determined value. If it is desired to bring down the temperature, the cadmium rod are pushed down further as to absorb more neutrons. If the temperature has to be raised, cadmium rods are pulled up a little. A fluid circulated through the shielded reactor and exchanger, and the hot fluid, while flowing through the heat exchanger, convert water into steam, and steam produced runs converted turbines to produce electricity. Now, power plants in India, that is at Tarapur. Now, nuclear reactor having uses, that is nuclear reactor are used in the production of electric energy, and second uses, that is production of radioisotope. Nuclear reactor are useful in producing a large amount of radioisotope. Also, to produce radioisotope, a suitable compound is drawn into the center of the reactor core, where the flux of neutrons may well be more than 10 raised to 16 per meter square per second. Sodium 24 is manufactured. Now, another use, that is scientific research. Reactor produce a number of radioactive material needed for research paper, and the reactor provide a huge source of reactors. Using these reactors, several useful radioisotopes have been artificially produced, and several nuclear reactors have been studied. Now see nuclear fusion. There are another classes of nuclear reactions that release large amount of energy. They are known as nuclear fusion reaction. Nuclear fusion is the process of combining two lighter nuclei into a heavier nuclei. Since the mass of final nucleus is less than the rest masses of the original nucleus, there is a loss of mass which gets converted into large amount of energy. Fusion is the source of energy for the sun and stars. In the sun, the fusion process produces a helium atom from 4 hydrogen nuclei. The process does not take place in a single reaction but goes through different sets of reactions. In order that two nuclei may undergo fusion reaction, they must come close enough to interact. Since both nuclei carry positive charge, they repel each other, and the force of repulsion will go on increasing as the nuclei approach each other. It becomes therefore necessary that nuclei approach each other at velocities high enough to overcome the Coulomb repulsion. Further, the smaller the charge on the nuclei, the smaller is the repulsive force. In view of this, hydrogen and its isotopes are suitable for fusion. The following are the more promising fusion reactions. Now, these are the reactions. Out of the above four reactions, the DT, deuterium, tritium reaction has large energy release and perhaps the best one. This reaction liberates energy about 5.9 mega electron volt per nucleon, which is about 6 times as that of produced in a fission reaction. Such enormous amount of energy released in fusion reaction makes it an attractive process for generating electrical power. For achieving the fusion, the two nuclei should be enough kinetic energy to overcome the mutual Coulomb repulsion. We can estimate the temperature to which the deuterium gas is to be heated to attain the required energy using 3 by 2 kT equal to 0.25 mega electron volt. We find that it corresponds to a temperature of the order of 10 raised to 9 K. Therefore, fusion reaction can be accomplished by heating the fuel to extremely high temperature. Because of the requirement of such high temperature, the fusion reaction are called thermonuclear reaction. If a gas is heated to such very high temperature, the electrons are stripped of the atoms and the bare positive nuclei and the negative electrons move about freely. This mixture is known as plasma and which is regarded as the fourth state of matter. The plasma as a whole is electrically neutral. In the state of few kilo electron hole and the bare nuclei have a probability to overcome Coulomb repulsion and produce fusion reaction. Thank you.